Well, hello there, and this is Auntie. And I am here to do my recap of Married at First Sight, season 16, episode 5. It's all about the journey. Let's get into it.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that's everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, welcome back, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul. Ooh, thank you all so much for your continued support. If I had to rate this episode of Married at First Sight, season 16, episode 5, is all about the journey. I will rate this episode a C minus. Let me know down in that comment section what you would rate this episode of Married at First Sight. So we're going to bring these mofos up on the screen and we're going to talk about them one by one by one by one by one. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Okay. The first couple that we're going to talk about is Airris and Jasmine. Now, this couple, I'm telling you, there is there is no hope for this couple. More and more and more, we are seeing what his cousin was saying. Now, some people have come out and said that the cousin had other other motives and stuff like that. And I didn't believe that she did from the giddy up. I believe that she was talking out of knowledge and everything, while he has been spoiled and pampered and everybody is, trying to protect him. They are really trying to protect him from himself. In this episode, we saw, him, scuba diving and all that kind of stuff with Jasmine, and everything seemed like it was okay. The two of them had, this thing with bacon, right? Because he is talking about her bacon, but really he is trying to tell her not to eat the bacon. And if he was looking for a vegetarian or someone like that, he should have said that instead of criticizing her every time she eats pork. He's counting it. He's sniffing it. He's wanting to lick the plate. He wants to, I'm sure that he's sopping a biscuit or two on the bottom of her plate. But this guy, instead of him criticizing Jasmine for what Jasmine looks like and all of that kind of stuff, he's criticizing all the things that are around Jasmine, or those things that he can subtly touch without just absolutely being totally offensive to Jasmine. He's not into her. He's not interested in her. And while the two of them are talking and she's trying to get to know him better, he asks her about what is her favorite sexual position. She is shocked that he would ask her something like that. And, she's like, for real? Like, we going there? Yes, he went there because this is what he is looking for. He's not husband material, in my opinion, in any kind of way. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what you all think about it, because I don't really see him being interested in Jasmine, but Jasmine is interested in him until she has a conversation with him. A real honest conversation about where he is. And she asked him, has he ever been in love? Well, he told her no. He had actually lived with someone before and wasn't in love with them. And so now Jasmine realizes that, hey, this guy can live with me, sleep with me, damn near have a family with me, but not be in love with me. This is a red flag. First of all, there's been many red flags that Jasmine has been ignoring because she is physically attracted to Airris. Okay. But outside of that, there's no substance, in my opinion, in him. Because at first I thought that, I'm going to have to drag Jasmine this season. And that very well may be true. But he is one of those kind of guys that is like, I want to be liked. I want everybody to like me. Because he said, I got your parents. I got this. I got that. He wants to conquer. And once he's conquered, he's going to move on. He's going to conquer Jasmine, in my opinion. And I see her later on down the line wishing she had never allowed herself to be conquered by this man. He doesn't know what he's going to do in this relationship with her. He doesn't know if at the end of this he's going to be in love or not. And while we have seen that with other couples, there's just something very different about his approach and about his nonchalant attitude about the relationship. I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know down in the comment section if y'all are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing with him. He really is not into her at all. He is absolutely going through the motions. The next couple that I want to talk about is MacKinley and Domynique. I think the two of them are fooling not only themselves. Domynique is going through the motions as well. She is not attracted to MacKinley. MacKinley is trying his best to be attracted to her. These couples are not put together correctly. And it's unfortunate because these are people's real lives. They are dining together. They in the pool kissing. There's no energy in it. She has her arms around him, but she is not really, women, we know when we're into somebody, we fall all the way in. Girlfriend is falling a quarter in with MacKinley. Like they're enjoying this honeymoon as friends. Totally. And I don't know whether or not this is a race issue. I am trying. Okay. Let me know down in the comment section. I am trying so hard not to see race in this. But I think that neither one of them wanted to be in a biracial relationship. Y'all, I'm trying to, I don't know. We see in the previews that Dr. Calvin was like, both of y'all live. We see her leaving. And I really do believe that there is some underlying tension that is going on between the two of them, and they're trying to get past it, but they just can't. And we can see it in the way that they interact with one another. It's like those courtesies. Like, I'm going to give you this courtesy. Y'all know what I mean? I'm going to give you this courtesy. I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to smile. I'm going to give the pleasantries. But really, you're just not my cup of tea. And again, I don't know what this is about. But honey, trust and believe me, if there's something more there, we're going to find out. We are going to find out. Yeah, we are. The next couple I want to talk about is Chris and Nicole. They're perfect for one another. They are absolutely perfect for one another. Now, this was a good match because they're both are committed to this relationship. That's not to say that they're not going to go through things, but they're both very committed. He says that he's not in love with her, but he sees himself going there. He's had he's fallen head over heels very early in the previous relationship, and I see him doing the same thing with Nicole. Their conversations, the way that they interact with each other, is really smooth. Like, I mean, like it's like they're connected already. And the talkative person that we saw when she was, when we were first introduced to her and she was with the girls, doesn't seem as bad as it is as it was then than it is now, if y'all know what I mean. The conversation is smooth with him. It's appropriate. He asked her during dinner, and he's always complimenting her. He's always telling her how beautiful she is. That white outfit that she had on was absolutely gorgeous. And she looks gorgeous. She looks like this is like the perfect man for me. And I'm so thankful that I got this perfect man. But when the two of them sit down at a dinner, they talk about, children. He brings up the conversation about children. And he asks her whether or not she, thought about kids in the future. And she was like, well, really, I never have. I never really wanted any kids. It doesn't make me a difference really if I have them or if I don't. It's not something that I'm looking for in the immediate future if I want to have them at all. And so he's saying, this is something that I want. And I believe that if it's meant for me to have them, I'm going to have them. And so she asked him, Chris, can we table this and talk about it later? And Chris was like, hell no. We're going to talk about this right now because I want to make sure that you understand where I am with this. And so they continued the conversation. She, of course, we can tell she put it on the back burner in her mind, about having the kids and stuff like that. She doesn't want to be, barefoot and pregnant and all that kind of stuff. She doesn't see that right now. But I think that the love that they have for one another, once she falls in love with him, she'll be willing and able to give him the children that he so longs to have. And I really do believe that this couple, again, as I said, are really, really ready for the commitment with one another. And I think that they like each other. I think that they really do like each other. They are a perfect match. She is the yin to his mother yang. Okay. And like I said, we thought that she was talkative. She was like, the code word gonna be pineapple, but I haven't heard her give him that word yet or anything. Like everything that they do together is just, it's just perfect in my eyesight. The next couple that I want to talk about is Shaquille and Kirsten. Now, Kirsten is very complicated for me because Kirsten had already given him these two strikes. The two of them were late to Jamaica because he had to go and take a test to do a presentation or whatever in Mississippi. And so she said, he owes me big time for this, woo de woo de woo. And so, they finally get to Jamaica. They're ready to go out there and do what they do. So they go ATV riding, and he is a little timid about it because he has lived his life in fear since the accident that he had when he was a young boy. And so, I guess they had, they treated him and maybe his other siblings like they all lived in a bubble. Remember, he said that he couldn't do sports and all of that kind of stuff because of the accident. And so, he was more academically successful. And so while they're out there doing the ATVs, we see that she is like, I'm going to leave him behind in the dust or whatever. Now, last season, was it last season or the season before that, we watched, God, was it Nate? I think it was Nate. where he wasn't really, was it Nate, y'all? I think it was. I can't remember. It was another couple in the previous season. Y'all let me know down in the comment section that kind of did the same thing, just wasn't accommodating to his spouse. And I really believe it was Nate, because Nate was taking the pictures and on Instagram and all that kind of, doing it for the gram. And so she seems to be the same one. When she's doing what she's doing, she's not thinking about him. And so she was like, he's behind me and everything, but I got a need for speed. And so there was this puddle that they had to go downhill and go through this puddle. And she zoomed through the thing, didn't even care. So he's creeping behind, and then he musters up the strength, and he's like, YOLO, bitch, YOLO. And then he goes over it, and he tackles that fear that he had. And it's unfortunate to watch him go through this, but maybe this process that he says that God put him in, maybe this process is so that he won't be in fear. Not that he's going to meet his forever person, because I don't think that Kirsten is his forever person. The two of them were sitting in like this little hammock, this little egg hammock. And, she was talking about herself and about the relationship. And she finally told Shaquille, I wasn't really attracted to you. And so it kind of took him, it kind of took him by surprise. But bitch, you not to catch me out. I mean, you like you not, it's nothing but the dog in you, right? And so he was kind of shocked about it. She was like, I'm not really attracted to bald heads, but now I like it. And he was like, it's mighty funny that she would say something like that when she's been all on my head and rubbing it and kissing it and all that kind of stuff. And then she goes into, why are you afraid to kiss me? And I'm thinking, you set it up that way. The first day that you met him, when you first married him at the, down the aisle, you gave him your cheek, or really your ass, to kiss. And then when he asked you in the hotel room, you still wasn't ready. And now you have the audacity to ask him why he did not, or why he was fearful to kiss you. You could tell that she was trying to get him to teach her some things, because she says, I'm not a good kisser. Kissing is just something that I do all the time. I love to kiss, right? But she was saying that this is just something that, she knows how to do well. It's not something she's comfortable with and all of that. And so, he doesn't lean in for the kiss. He doesn't read the room well. And I think it's because he's all about himself. Y'all, I really think that this is going to play out in the rest of this season, that this mofo is really selfish about himself. He comes off as, trying to be this gentleman, but I haven't seen the gentlemanly ways. I haven't really seen it. Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all let me know. Excuse me. Down in the comment section, but I just haven't seen him be very gentlemanly with her, like pulling out seats and opening up the door. Maybe I'm missing it, but I see him almost as a fraud, a guy who on the outside looked like he got his together, but in the inside he doesn't, because he doesn't know how to read signals. He doesn't know how to read the room. When the two of them sat down and had a very honest conversation with one another, he was asking her about what it is that she needed, or whatever. And she was like, the way to get to me is through honesty. I need you to be honest about your communication. I don't need you to fake the funk and try to pretend that you're something that you aren't. I need you to be truthful in your communication with me. Be honest with me. She even made him make a promise about it with a toast. He is a fake, in my opinion. And without calling him a fake ass mother, she's saying, I need you to be real. You ain't gotta put on all of these airs. Just be you. Talk to me and don't talk at me. But see, he's got his education. He has his reputation. He's in the church. And you know church people, honey, because I was one. We know how to put on airs. We know how to do the church thing, honey. How you doing? Yes, God bless you. How you? Yeah. You know, we know how to do all of that bull. And she's like, you ain't perfect. I'm not perfect. I just want you to be real with who the hell you are. This was offensive to him. He got offended by this instead of just saying she right. So now he feel like he walking on eggshells. Don't nobody want you to walk on eggshells. I just want you to be real or true to who you really are. Present who you are. I don't want your representative showing up and we married. So I don't know if it's some things that we're seeing off the camera. Maybe some things happened in Mississippi. Maybe she saw him interacting with people. She said that she was glad that, you know, she could go and support him. Unlike I thought before, it appears that she was asked whether or not she wanted to do this. And she chose to go to Mississippi with him. They made it appear, in my opinion, that she had no choice, but it appears that she did have a choice in the matter, and she chose to go and support him. And he needed that and wanted that. But I don't think that she feels like she's getting what she deserves out of this marriage, emotionally, spiritually, physically. She's not getting it. He seems like he's the kind of mofo that goes to bed with a bonnet on, bitch. It's just something about him and just by the words that she said and what she did not say. Because remember, I'm looking at it from a perspective of what isn't being said. Doing Married at First Sight, really from season 1, I have learned through the editors to see and hear what is not being said. I don't go with what I see on the screen. I want to make a decision for myself. So what you show me, I'm looking past that and I'm looking at what you're not showing me. And I think that there's going to be trouble down the road because there are going to be some things that are going to be revealed about who he really is. There's going to be some skeletons that's going to come out his motherfucking closet. And he is going to appear. Now, these are just my opinions and my speculations. He's going to appear to her to be a whole fraud. This church man thing, I think that that's going to be questionable. Like, I think that there's a lot of things that she's already seeing and saying, this ain't clicking with who this person is. And what we not going to do is sit on here and fake the funk. Talking about faking the funk, where they at? Girlfriend with all of these big old horse teeth is a mean bitch, in my opinion. She's not attracted to Ginger or the gingerbread man. And she doesn't know how to talk to people. Neither does he. He probably has done some things in life that he got to reap some. I think he's in a position where he reaping what he sowed, and unfortunately, it's going to come forth on television. But honey, let me tell you, girlfriend, when she met the family, was talking about how she don't really fuck with redhead men. She has the nerve to tell him to his face. And the first thing that I thought is, well, what if he picks all the stuff about you that he doesn't like and tells you? How in the hell are you going to deal with that? Because nobody's perfect in any way. Face, body, personality. Nobody's perfect. But she's telling him, usually I'm not attracted to, men with ginger hair and everything like that. And, not to say that you're unattractive, just to say that you are what you are. You're a redhead. I mean, you're ginger. How insulting. So if someone says, Auntie, I don't like that gray around the edges, and I don't like them brown braids, and I don't like your hair color, okay, then you just don't like me because these things come with this package. And who is she to be choicy when she signed up for a motherfucking show where she is marrying someone sight unseen? She's never met him. She don't have that many choices because if her ass did, she wouldn't have signed up for this show. She thinks that everything is about her business. You're not the only professional woman. So, bitch, you ain't special. I could see if she was like, I really don't with you because, I've been to the moon and back. Several trips to the moon and back. I'm a special bitch. You understand? You're just an entrepreneur. Do you know how many women got hair parlors or hairdressers? Like what? There's nothing exciting about her, but she's really showing the person that she is. She has the nerve to say that to somebody. Suppose he say he don't like her body or her shape or her big goat teeth. Like she, this how this. I mean, bitch, you like, yeah, I mean, you showing all your teeth and your mama's teeth and your mama's teeth. And so suppose he say something about how big your smile is. We're not all of us are not perfect, and you certainly aren't. And so to say something like that to the man, of course, that that's going to be, he's not going to take that the right way because he doesn't know you well enough to know your tone and manner. He doesn't know when you're trying to be a shady mother, like he doesn't know. And so it's so unfair for her to kick it the way that she has kicked it. Y'all, these couples are in trouble. And it's just the truth of the matter. These couples are in trouble with the exception of one. Now, I know that it has been revealed that none of these couples stay together with the exception of one. And so now we got to solve, okay, as a community, bitch, we got to solve why we believe that they didn't stay together. This couple didn't stay together because just the disrespect that has come out of Gina's mouth, in my opinion, is enough. Because you threw the first stone. And so for all of y'all people who gonna be riding on Clint, because Clint gonna have his faults, just remember that Gina threw the first stone as we go through the season. There are a lot of people who say, Auntie, you always protect the men. You always say stuff about the men. Well, no, not in all cases, but when it's appropriate and when it's right, it's right. And at the end of the day, I ain't gonna come back and apologize for it. I said what I said. And Gina threw the first stone with this couple. I think that MacKinley and Domynique, there is an issue with race. And I don't think that it's from his mama. This is what I'm thinking has happened. Airris and Jasmine, she's going to find out that he's a hoe for show. And that everything that the cousin was saying to her were warning signs for her. Is she a pageant queen? Yes. Is she scrutinized everything that he's saying out his mouth? Yes, she better. Because at the end of the day, there's something wrong with him. Shaquille and Kirsten, it's going to be because he's not the man that he appears to be. See, because you can take and put a suit on a pig. And at the end of the day, that suit on that pig does not change the fact that bitch is still a pig. And that ain't that I'm calling him one. I'm just giving you an example. I don't believe that Shaquille is the man that he's leading us to believe that he is. I think he flawed like a mother. But we'll see. Y'all, this is the end of my review. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all to pieces. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets. Love y'all. Bye.